Hello, Philippa. Aurelia, let me just have a look. Sandy. Oh, Jackie Ferguson. Hi. Loretta from South Africa. Joe and Simon Barry, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Jackie Daly from the States, Joy Griffiths, Emily Smith. There's our guest, Rachel Elnor. Hi. There she is. Fabulous. You're going to get to hear. Oh, you got to hang around for her. Whatever Rachel says is awesome. So you want to hang in for that. Emily Smith, hi, darling. And then all our authors are here. You'll see them. And let's see who else is here. Kath Roberts, hello, darling.
Hello, lovely to
Next
see
book,
you.
next book, I want you in. Please think about it. I want you in that one. I can really feel your light. Um, and there we go. We have family from Jennifer Love as well. Oh, hello, Stephen. Oh, there's the boys. Hello, sweethearts. Oh my God, they're grown up. Amy, do you even recognize them?
There, you're unmuted.
I
Look
want to
how
be.
big they got.
Oh, there they are. Hey,
Yeah, can
guys.
you see them? Yeah.
It always freaks me out when I see Jennifer Love coming into my meeting.
Using her computer.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right. So more people are going to be joining. As I said, this has been a completely sold out event. We had 130 plus people. I'm not even know what the numbers are now joining. So I'm not going to be able to get to see everybody. So just a warm, warm welcome. Thank you for being here so much. The format for the day is going to be, we're going to start in literally the next few seconds, the official program. Amy is handling all the technology on that side. If you could keep your microphones on mute, that's fabulous. There isn't a chat box till the end of the presentation from the authors. Then you guys can throw messages at us. You can come and speak to us live, ask questions, offer your congratulations, whatever you're in the mood for. We're going to go through the program starting with the authors in the book order, except slightly towards the end. We've got a slight change just to accommodate the two authors that we sadly lost. I will try and keep it together and promise myself, and I promise them I'm not going to cry today. I've done enough crying. Every time I read their chapters, I'm bawled my eyes out. If you haven't got the book yet, please get it on Amazon. It is absolutely beautiful. Guys, you want to show them the book?
Yeah.
There it is. Yay. It is absolutely spectacularly beautiful. The stories in there are just so empowering. Okay, so we're going to go to speaker mode and we're going to officially begin. So, as the creator and publisher of this project, it's with great joy in my heart that I welcome you to this event, the launch of the 12 Dragons of Wisdom book. So myself and the authors and all the contributing team, and there's quite a few of us, we are in such deep gratitude for your support of this project and just being here today to celebrate its launch with us. I want to welcome the 11 Pearl book authors. They were in the first book, all our family and friends, the lovely Colomir's family, and our special guest is Rachel Elnor, whose birthday it is today. So happy birthday, Rachel. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and your special day to be with us today. Now, this book has been dedicated to Jennifer Love, who was, and to me, she still is, a Colomir's practitioner. She just practices in heaven now. And her friend Amy Bell is going to read the book's dedication to her.
Okay. I'm actually going to read today because I want to stay on time so we can stay on track. It's my pleasure to read this dedication and welcome Jen's family here today. I was trying to see, but there's so many people coming in. Her two amazing boys, Darius and Damien. Give a wave, guys. Their father, Steve, her mother, Moira, and her two sisters, Sarah and Denise. This book is dedicated to Jennifer Love, whose light. Yeah, I did not see this coming. Okay, hold on. Whose light and wisdom continue to inspire all who were. What? Hold on a second. All who were fortunate enough to know her. Jennifer was a soul of rare brilliance, fiercely dedicated to her beliefs and her purpose. A Color Mirrors practitioner, a spiritual guide, and a creative entrepreneur, she lived each day with passion and an unwavering commitment to healing and empowerment. Of all the spritzer bottles in color mirrors, Jennifer loved the white dragon the most. She actually loved the unicorn the most. On the way home from her memorial service, Maura saw a huge white dragon cloud appear in the sky. And you can see it there, hopefully. Her deep connection to the universe through crystals, astrology, and sacred wisdom guided her own journey and also the journeys of those around her. Her spirit was a beacon of love, and her legacy of courage and healing will forever shine in our hearts. May this book be a reflection of the wisdom and love that Jennifer so freely shared with the world and her two beautiful boys.
Wow. Thank you so much, Amy. That was just, I know that was difficult to do, but well done. You did it, girl. And to the family that's here today, thank you so much. I'm going to read a little extract from the introduction of the book. The bigger version is available in the book. These are just a few short words. In 2019, an idea spontaneously came to me for a collaborative book featuring a collection of authors. And I loved the idea that people who could never imagine writing a book would get to experience the gift of writing that I had discovered. The result was 11 Pearls of Wisdom, a collection of stories by color mirrors practitioners sharing their real life experiences. To ensure that there were no expectations on either the author or the project to yield specific results, we made it into a not-for-profit book. Readers are encouraged to donate the book to hospices, libraries, charities, places where its collective energy and stories of hope and inspiration can offer spiritual, mental, and emotional comfort. And 12 Dragons of Wisdom is the second book in the series. The 12 authors wrote their chapters during, quite by chance of course, in the Chinese Year of the Dragon 2024. And initially, we wanted to launch the book in the same year. However, when writing happens without control or rules, and when it is given a free rein to grow into its own entity, you have to take a step back and let the body of work unfold in its own time. And this is a spiritual philosophy that I learned from the Color Mirrors teachings. Being in the flow of life's abundance means allowing everything to unfold in divine timing, not yours. The author's stories in this book cover everything from grief to a life-changing virus, to loss of a baby, to following signs and passions, to new beginnings. And each story encourages you never to give up. These authors have claimed their inner dragon, and each story reminds you that you too can rise above adversity. Their stories teach you how to claim the difficult times as your moments of empowerment. There's another gift to writing that I never thought I would witness, that once we pass on, our words leave a legacy for those who mourn our passing. During this project, 2 of our authors passed away. Shocked and saddened, I made the decision to contact their families and assured them that we would keep their stories alive within the covers of this book. And I sincerely hope that their words bring comfort to their children, family, and friends, and that as they read, they hear the echoes of their loved ones' voices. Most of all, I hope that reading of their love and courage helps heal some of the heartache. In spiritual training, we learn that there's no separation, that we are all souls who experience many human lifetimes. We are eternal light beings who briefly disconnect from the unity field of consciousness and solidify into a physical body. And when our lessons are mastered, we return again and again to the source of light. A book, even just a chapter within a book, marks your space in this material quantum library. A reminder to the generations that follow that you are here for a brief moment in time, sharing your wisdom. So let us have a minute of silent remembering of our friends Jennifer, Victoria, and Lisa. Thank you. All right. Melissa was going to be here. Melissa Jolly, the founder of Color Mirrors, if any of you are new to the Color Mirrors system, she was going to be here but had an emergency and couldn't. So she wrote us a lovely little message and asked me to just read it out to you. Happiest birthday, Rachel. And this is all from Melissa. And what an amazing day to be part of this launch. The 1212 portal is an incredible thing. And to have all these brilliant stars together in one place is just a miracle. And only Moira, the starriest of our Color Mirror stars, could have pulled it off. You and Amy have put your hearts and souls into creating these incredibly beautiful books, and everyone who participated wrote with the most incredible wisdom and depth. It's almost as if you channeled a real dragon, and of course that's exactly what you did. How not? When the dragons are the aspect of ourselves that hold our power and our deepest wisdom. They have been hidden inside the earth and inside us, and finally it is their time to make a reappearance. And what a gift and a joy for humanity to reconnect with this ancient energy. And all I can say is how much I appreciate you all and how incredibly proud I am to be part of this amazing group. Thank you all for who wrote, and Moira and Amy for the incredible job of making this happen. With absolutely all my deepest love, I cannot wait for the recording and have fun together. So Melissa, just a huge thank you for that beautiful blessing. And we did miss you today. We are feeling your miss, but I can feel your energy kind of holding us. Thank you very much for that. What we're going to go into now is each author is going to have an opportunity to either read a little bit from their chapter or just talk a little bit about what this project has meant for them. And at the end of it, I'm going to announce winners that I drew just before we went live today. And because each author is going to gift you with a prize. So we're going to start off with Lisa, and Lisa wrote the Black Dragon chapter, and she is from the USA. So Lisa, over to you.
Well, I can't believe this day has finally come. Just a little message to Lisa's family. Recently, Kate Griffiths from the UK had joined me here in the States for a retreat up in Mount Shasta. And just a few days before we were going to leave, we went wine tasting, and we came out of this wine cave, and I saw the biggest dragon I've ever seen up in the clouds. And I said, wow. And something told me I wasn't supposed to take a picture of it, but Kate saw it, and so then all of a sudden Lisa came up. Little did we know, she had an accident. We found out the following day, but I started talking about her, and I said, yeah, she's always said she wanted to go to Mount Shasta, but I felt her energy, and now it made sense why. So just like Jennifer showed up in dragons, so has Lisa, and I'm sure Victoria has as well. So don't be surprised if you all start seeing dragons up in the sky. So I chose to talk about my writing experience, and I'm used to writing research papers and things like that. And I thought, oh yeah, I can do this. Little did I know this was much harder, but in a very cathartic way. My story is not for kids. It talks about my journey throughout my life, the animal connections, and how animals have always shown up for me in my darkest moments. And so I chose to write about that. I'm not going to spoil it, so buy the book. You can read the story. Maybe some of you have already. So I wasn't surprised I was assigned the Black Dragon. We always want the turquoise dragon, the cool turquoise energy, but it made sense with the Black Dragon. And yeah, it was, I've told this story many times to many people, but seeing it in print and really being vulnerable and putting it out there took me to another level. I have not read the other stories yet because I just want to resonate with them in not a rushed manner. But yeah, after reading my story, I cried, and I thought I had cried all my cries out, but there were more. And I'm just really grateful. This is my first personal writing experience in a book, and it's inspired me that I have some more in me and some more stories to tell. So I'm very grateful for this experience. looking forward to the Angel book that's going to be coming out next. And I just want to say thank you to Deborah and Amy and Moira for supporting me, supporting us in this process. You think, oh, I can write a book, but then you get into it and then it's like, oh, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, I mean, that's just a little bit about my writing experience and becoming a practitioner, 5 years ago? Never thought dragons, never resonated with them. And then now that's all that I see are dragons everywhere. So thank you to Melissa and Moira for that gift. So yeah, I don't really have a huge amount to say other than I'm just really grateful for this experience and to be part of this club. It feels very special to me, and definitely felt the dragon energy yesterday really starting to show up, starting to see more dragons, more dragon messages. I've had some people say, what is it about dragons? And I said, I just can't explain it. They're just there. Their support. They help you through some tough times. You want to get something done, you call in a dragon, they show up. So, yeah. So that's it. I don't want to take too long, but yeah, wonderful book, beautiful book. Excited to read it. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And thank you so much for being part of this journey. And of course, you had to be the Black Dragon. Your story is about going into the deepest, darkest diagnosis, and you're still here, you're still alive. And that will give readers, hope and encouragement to never, ever give up. So thank you for that. We drew a winner for you to gift your prize. And you said that your prize was like a dragon's head on a black obsidian pointed crystal pendant with a Zoom reading with you. There you go. She's holding it up. And the winner, the number that was drawn was number 96. And it is Danielle St. Aubin from Canada. And all the winners, I will connect you via your emails with the author so you can arrange delivery or, to be able to get your reading from Lisa. Thank you so much, Lisa. All right, so our next author is Pippa Wilford, and she's from the UK, and she's the author of The Copper Dragon. So over to you, Pippa.
Thank you very much, Moira. I'm going to echo Lisa and say thank you and your team for making this all possible. It's quite wonderful. And I decided I would read a little of my chapter. And I hope I'm going to leave it at the right point so that you might pick it up and read it for yourselves later. When I was 13, my dad died on a Friday afternoon, and I was singing in the choir at the church service that same Sunday, intuitively knowing that if I didn't go, then I would never return. I was angry with my dad for leaving, with God for taking him, with my mum for still being here instead. She was 12 years older than my dad. With myself for not being enough to keep him here. I was frightened because my protector had gone, and the only person who seemed to get me. I was despondent, yet in the spirit of the English stiff upper lip, I was back in school on the Monday morning with no one the wiser for my loss. My teachers knew, but I didn't know that they knew. My peers were giggling about boys and bands and makeup, which made no sense to me at all in the light of my grief. I continued to flirt with religion for many years. I explored Christianity more widely, from the Baptist Church in Guildford to the Church of Scotland in Buckhaven, read extracts of the Quran, the Kabbalah, and the Bhagavad Gita, and became entranced with Eastern philosophies for a while. Marrying an atheist who was better versed in these texts than me, I came to agree that while they contained a lot of wisdom, much of it surprisingly similar, the established churches did not do their religions justice. I drifted away on a tide of domesticity and busy corporate life. However you think of it, The universe, God, or my higher self had other ideas. While I was working on corporate change management projects, significant change became the watchword at home too. The excitement of marriage and moving house was swiftly followed by the birth of our son and then our daughter, precipitating more house moves, job changes, and adding a puppy to the family. My husband's business partner and best man died suddenly. My mother had a stroke. My closest friend was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. I broke my ankle badly. The enforced rest allowed me time and space to recognize that I wasn't living. I was existing. And the dragons of my childhood began whispering that I had a choice to make. Continue as I was, which would surely result in an early grave, or embrace life and live more fully. And here I am, proof that I did indeed embrace life and live it much more fully. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, Pippa, thank you so much. Your story is so inspiring. Just absolutely loved your chapter. Loved the copper tones as well. You were so perfect in the copper. Very grounded story. And you were really very, very well suited to the copper. I want to just let you know actually the number 100 was drawn for the person to win a copper dragon that will be posted to you by Pippa. And that is Wolfgang Riedel or Reed from Germany. I'm not sure, Wolfgang, if I have your name expressed properly there, but yeah, we will be in touch and connect you by email to Pippa. Thank you so much, Pippa. All right, so our next author is Irene, and she's from Canada. She is the author of the Red Dragon chapter. So over to you, Irene.
Thank you, Maura. I'm so honored and very, very grateful to be here today as part of writing this book and the experience of sharing it with you all. And I'd like to start by thanking everyone who was part of this wonderful experience and journey. I wrote my chapter, which explains how I lost my breath after the loss of our middle son and a subsequent pulmonary embolism that almost took my life, and how I lost my breath. So I've chosen to read a section of my chapter. Meeting my dragon. A few years into my journey, I was invited to join an online meditation group with a wonderful facilitator who originated from the UK, as many of my teachers have been. On this particular evening, the guided meditation introduced us to our personal dragon guide. I had not worked with dragon energies beforehand, and while initially feeling the energy of doubt, I soon replaced that with trust and closed my eyes. Then he appeared, a beautiful blue-green dragon soaring around me in my mind's eye. I asked him his name, and he said, Roy. I remember thinking that his name was so simple for such a beautiful dragon. Ah, but he said, Roy means king. And it made sense to me at the time. I allowed him to share sacred space with me, and he gifted me with the energy of peace and heart healing. My body was tingling, and I felt my heart open wider than I had allowed it to open for so long. Roy then asked me to take a deep breath. I remember hesitating as he slowly swooped around me. Slowly, he came to lie beside me, looked into my eyes, and again asked me to take a deep breath. I reached into my heart and felt a deep connection with my higher heart. And while still holding his gaze, I took my first deep breath. In over 25 years. That's how long it took. With his help and guidance, I continued to breathe slowly and deeply, connecting not only to myself, but to my home, my community, and my planet throughout the meditation. With that first deep breath, I began the journey of a more profound recovery and of allowing myself the gift of receiving. Breath is the gift of life, and I embrace this gift with open arms. Occasionally, Roy still has to remind me to breathe fully as I train my mind and my body to remain fully present and to relearn what trauma took from me. He reminds me that breath is voice, song, sound, words, prayers, blessings, laughter, good wishes, and life, sacred life. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Irene. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being such a part of this program and adding your healing story. And I just know it's going to touch many people who read your chapter. Thank you so much for being part of the healing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Irene, for you, you said you were going to give a custom gift a custom knitted shawl because you work with color in many different ways, but you're a very gifted craftsperson. We drew the number 82, and it's actually a lady I know. She happens to be my neighbor. I was so surprised. Meg Morrish from Canada won. So I'll put Meg in touch with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And well done, Meg. Oh, by the way, every author in the book has added a prayer or a meditation or a poem. And Irene has got a very beautiful meditation. It's worth looking and reading it. Okay, so the next person is our Amy, who's obviously here from Canada. She's not only our designer, but she actually wrote a chapter in this book. And so it's over to you, Amy.
Okay. Well, thank you, Moira, for putting this project together and trusting me to be the one to make it come to life. So that is an honor, and I can't wait to do the next one, the Angels book. And to my lovely king who's here, to my friends, to my mom who's sitting beside me, and to my dad and stepmom who are in Windsor. I can see Christine Harvey Blankenshop. So thank you so much for coming here and supporting me with all this color talk I've been doing for the last 8 years, like the crazy dragons and angels and spritzing people in the face with all the colors. So I'm going to read, I did a summary, so I'm just going to read an outline of what the chapter's about, and then you can read the full-length version later. So when I was a kid, an art school flyer came to my door, and it came in the mail, actually. It was I had a cartoon of a turtle and a challenge, and the challenge was, if you can draw the turtle, you might qualify for art school. And I don't know if you can remember this little turtle. There's a picture. I'm sure you'll remember if you see the photo. Just no pressure, just my entire future was riding on this little reptile. And I tried, like I really tried. But my turtle just looked unwell. His face was wrong. His head was wrong. He didn't resemble the turtle or success, as a matter of fact. So in that moment, I remember thinking, well, that's it. My dream is over. I can't even draw the turtle. Except my dreams weren't over, because even though I didn't pass the turtle test, something important happened. I didn't quit. The doubt showed up early in my life, but so did persistence. And that combination has followed me ever since. So high school didn't help much. I took art every year with great anticipation that I would maybe get an A or a B. I even doubled up in an art class, but my teacher loved realism. And I was more raw and abstract, and there was more emotion in my work. So we were not aligned at all. let's just say I barely made the grades without a little help from my friend, my talented best friend, Kim. Thank you, Kim. But my real education didn't happen in a classroom. It happened in my father's newspaper. While I was technically in sales, which made him very proud because he was the owner of the newspaper, I was secretly in love with the art department. The smell of the wax, the X-Acto knives, the deadlines, the chaos, the creativity under pressure. And if any of you know me, you know I work best under a deadline, that's for sure. These guys weren't painting masterpieces, but they were solving visual puzzles, and something clicked. Then one day I saw it in that office, a Macintosh, a tiny little screen and a mouse, and someone making art without a pencil. But I wasn't allowed to touch it because that guy said my dad spent way too much money on this little Mac for me to get my hands on it. So naturally, that made me want it even more. That stubborn curiosity followed me into my next job, where I hovered around the art department until they finally let me in. And that computer became my paintbrush, and I worked my way up. I built a career. I did all the things that looked like success. And then it stopped fitting. So I left, and I fell apart a little, and I found personal development and spirituality and color in a way I'd never understood it before. Not as a decoration, but as an energy, as a truth. And that's when everything aligned: design, intuition, purpose. Clients wanted more than branding. They wanted to feel seen. And somehow, through color, I could help them do that. And looking back, here's what I know: perseverance matters more than perfection. That turtle didn't predict my future. My persistence did. And if you're doubting yourself right now, good, it makes you care. Just don't let one badly drawn turtle talk you out of your path. Keep going. Your version of the Mac might be just a little whiles away. So remember, it's coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Oh my goodness. Wow, thank you for being part of the project. And I couldn't have done it without you, girl. Your chapter is amazing. The image in there is also amazing. Okay, so we drew the number 52, and it is somebody from the USA called Linda Albertson. And you are going to be posting Linda a book. So thank you very much, Amy, and congratulations, Linda. Okay, deep breath. Our next author is Lucy, and Lucy is from the UK, and she is the author of the Coral Dragon chapter. Over to you, Lucy.
Thank you, Maura. Thank you so much. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what my chapter is. I'm just going to have to stop my audio cue for a second. It is really delightful to be here for a launch of many, many courageous souls, wonderful people, and some very, very great friends of mine. This is my story, and it's the story of the Naga dragon. These sacred dragons of protection fiercely guard the steps to temples in Thailand and other Eastern shrines. This mythical dragon abides in deep water, hidden within the darkest of caves. Constantly vigilant and fiercely protective, it's a powerful, courage-conveying creature. My story reflects a rebirth, a renewal, after experiencing a terrifying near-death diving accident. My deep-sea dragon of courage was with me throughout the whole experience, from the day of the accident and my subsequent return to a new life. I have been reborn, and I'm inspired by a constant stream of creativity. I now see and feel vibrant colours, and the light within each one illuminates my inspiration. Each new day encourages me to continue to be curious and enthralled by the inspirational prompts that surround me. The Colour Mirrors bottles are a constant in my house. The whole illuminated collection is the first thing that visitors experience. I'm so sorry, my dog is being impossible. Visitors experience as they enter into my front hall. And every time they do, I get to witness the awe that this display inspires in them. Thank you, Melissa, for giving us all such a huge spiritual gift. I thank my Naga dragon for shielding me from certain death and for giving me back a life far richer than the one that I had ever had before. I'm thankful for the intuitive inspiration that I experience. An example of this creative gift can be seen in the 38 images that I painted for the Colour Mirrors Inside and Out book, launched and created with Melissa Jolly and Karani Connolly. My offering to this launch is a copy of the painting that is behind me. If I move a little, you can get an idea of what it looks like. Basically, you'll get a copy of that image. I created this acrylic canvas, which is quite big, whilst writing my story for this book. The painting illustrates the magnificence of the protective Naga dragon, combined with the courage and the compassion of the colour coral, hence the coral dragon. I'm so blessed to be here today, and I'm so blessed to know so many people here. And I encourage you all to buy a copy of this book, as I think it might change your lives as well. Thank you so much for listening to me. Moira.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lucy. Your chapter is like nail biting. I get parts and I go, will somebody help this woman? Will somebody help this woman? Voice in my head, you trigger it off. I think you could write mystery and kind of drama books as well. It's just wonderful. You really have a gift with writing. So you're going to win. The person was number 113 is winning a print of your painting, and it is somebody from the USA, Tria Marzalek. I'm hoping, Tria, that I have pronounced that correctly, but I'll put you in touch with Lucy. Congratulations. Thank you, Lucy. Okay, our next author is Rachel Jean from Australia. And I think it's like 2 o'clock in the morning there. And she has a niggly little baby as well. So we're just so grateful that she is here. And she is the author of the Gold Dragon chapter. So over to you, Rachie. Have we got her?
Yeah. I just
Are
put that
there?
on
Are
mute
there you are, sweetheart?
I just want to say thank you, Moira, Amy, all the other authors so much for making this happen. It's been a really amazing experience. I'm going to talk about my writer's experience on this project. So in 2023, I published my first book. So I've got a bit of experience being a writer, and I feel like that was very different because I was doing it on my own, whereas doing this part of the Colour Mirrors and everyone that's part of it, I could just feel the energy around me the whole time, and it was just so beautiful. Like, even though we're all like in different parts of the world, there was just so much connection, and with the dragon energy too, it's just really powerful. And initially, it was actually Lisa Barry that, she reached out to me and said, I think you should be a part of this. You'd be good for it. And at the time, I think I was a couple of weeks about to give birth to my son, and I was still, I guess, hiding my light and afraid of my truth, and which I've written about in my chapter, like my pregnancy experience, and having to stand up for myself and find myself and stop people pleasing and self-sacrificing, being afraid of my truth, being afraid of my voice, being afraid of not being perfect and being judged. So I actually said no at the time when Lisa reached out to me about it. And then months later, I saw Moira's post about how they still need an author. And at that time, I had found that strength, and I guess I'd had tapped into that gold dragon energy. And I just felt like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I put my name up, and I'm just so glad I did, because I feel like writing about what had happened, it really helped me, I guess, process. It was like another layer of healing, where I just felt like I just really processed what had happened, and finding my voice and being able to see it in a very healthy perspective as well, because I was feeling very wounded and like, why me, and things like that at the time. And it's just such an incredible experience, and yeah, so grateful for this whole thing and the color mirror system and the dragon energy. Like, it's just so powerful, and it really does get into the nitty-gritty of your childhood wounds, and yeah, like massive transformations happen. So if you can hear anything, it's from my cat scurrying around. But yeah, just the transformations of the dragon energy is just incredible. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. It's so lovely to see your face. Oh, beautiful. And thank
Okay.
you for being a part of this. And your story is absolutely inspirational. And I know there are a lot of young women out there who are going to read that and they're going to find a way out of their struggles just because you took the time to share where you were at. So thank you so much. And thank you for being up at 2 o'clock in the morning. We deeply appreciate that. So, Rachie, we drew a number 24, and it's C, I think it's CE, and then the name Keely from Australia. So it's somebody local to you who has won a copy of the book. And if you don't know C. Keely, we'll put you in touch.
No, I do. She actually, funnily enough, lives about half an hour down the road from me.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
No.
You told me you live in Perth, which is miles away from anybody and anything, and you.
Yes.
Okay,
Crazy.
Dragon Magic Girl.
I
Thank
know.
you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So congratulations, C. Our next author is Elaine, and she's from the UK, and she is the chapter that embodies the green dragon energy. So over to you, Elaine.
Thank you, Moira, and thank you to everyone. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Deborah, as well, for editing. And it's been an amazing experience. I'm just going to talk a little bit about my own writing experience around the Green Dragon. So when this opportunity came to me, came to be one of the authors in the book, I knew immediately. It was like one of those, I'm going to jump in, it's a chance to be included. And it was one of those automatic yeses that I knew would be a really good idea. And I felt called to write something. So I'd pretty much said yes before I could talk myself out of it. Yet the writing experience itself was not so automatic. I had no idea what I was going to write. And the thoughts and feelings that I would write something very personal were really holding me back. So every time I sat down to write, I was literally freezing. I'd freeze and I'd get stuck in thoughts of, what will people think of me? Who will be interested in this? What would be of interest to anyone? So as I was contemplating what to write, I was taken back to being a young child where I felt very connected to the mystical world and would often take myself off into this wonderful imaginary world. And in fact, I loved to write and loved to read books. I also remembered sensing energies, but keeping this all to myself, really because of fear. Fear what would people think? Fear that my parents, my sisters, my friends, they'd all think I was pretty strange. They'd probably think I was like slightly bonkers. So I thought, why not write about a time in my life when I reconnected really with this spiritual side of me, and where I'd received support in that reconnection, and in the form of signs. And these signs were specifically given to me to help me back on the right path. So I considered some questions in this writing. Moira posed some questions to us. She said, what do the dragons mean to you? What has inspired you? And what would empower others? And I sat and thought about it for quite a long time. And then some ideas started to formulate, and I set about writing my draft story. I was surprised actually to see that once I got started, there was kind of this magical flow that just started to happen with it. And I remember submitting the first draft and thinking, I'm not really sure if this is good enough. But hey, Let's see. And after a few tweaks and some great feedback from both Deborah and Moira, I felt happy with what I'd written. So what about my doubts now? What about my fears? Well, as a result of sharing information about this book launch, an old colleague got in touch with me to inquire about my work with coaching and colour mirrors. And we caught up yesterday. We had an amazing chat, sharing some stories of old times, and she started to talk to me about signs. She was starting to see where the universe was giving her a little nudge that things really needed to change. And I smiled to myself, as indeed this was a little bit about how my own journey started and was the inspiration for my own story. Pay attention to the signs. And I felt in that conversation yesterday that I really got some confirmation that actually my story will be helpful for others. And the Green Dragon is all about change. So how amazing is that? So thank you for the opportunity, and it's just been an absolute delight. So thank you very much.
Oh, Elaine, you are a delight to work with as well. Thank you so much. And yes, your chapter is very, very on point. I think there's so many new people awakening right now and trying to understand the things that they keep seeing on a repetition basis. And I will definitely be referring them to your chapter. Thank you. Elaine, I picked number 99 out of the hat, and it is you are going to post a copy of the book to Laura Perot in the UK.
Oh, lovely.
Or Perot, yeah. So it's in the UK. I'll hook you up. Thank
I
you.
know, Laura. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh, fabulous. You know what to do. Thank you. All right. So we are going to move on to the Turquoise Dragon chapter. And our author, Young-Lim Lee, is in South Korea, but the hour there is just ungodly. And she's got to teach little ones very, very early in the morning. So she put together a little video for us. And I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank Young Jung, who is her teacher, and encouraged her to write. And Young Jung wrote a chapter in the Pearl
I'm
Book.
Young-Lim Lee. Through this project, I was able to meet my past self and gently hold her hand again. I'd like to thank Moira for walking with me through this book project and Youngjung Kim for encouraging me to begin. I'm also grateful to everyone who was part of this journey, even though we've never met in person. Today, I'd like to read a short part of my chapter. Life has negative and positive aspects, but those aspects are based on my own perceptions and have nothing to do with my value. So there's no need to focus on just one side and conclude that my life must be either difficult or joyous. Whether I view only the negative aspect of my life or the positive ones, my value to myself remains the same. Whatever has happened to me, whoever has hurt me, my value can't be changed. It has never been removed or made smaller. Before I realized this, I thought that difficult or painful experiences meant I was unlucky or lacked value. However, those experiences do not define me. They were given to me to help me know myself, rather than letting events define who I am. Nothing can distort or diminish my true worth. When my perspective shifted, I felt more at ease, turned back to myself, and repeated, I'm here for you. At that point, my perceptions of my students also changed. I began to see how my students were there for me. They trusted me as a teacher, even when I did not think I was enough for them. Looking back, each student helped me realize that I could trust myself. Okay, thank you for listening.
Now, Young-Lim, I drew the number 46, and it is Carly Walker Toro from the USA, and I'll connect you up. Thank you so much, my darlings. Okay, now we're going to go to a surprise. My son wrote a chapter in this book. It's his first attempt at writing, and he did a jolly good job, if mom can say so. He is the author of The Royal Blue Dragon. So over to you, Michael.
Just wanted to say a massive thank you to both you, Mom, Amy, the other group of authors. I have so much gratitude to you. I'm going to read a short chapter of my book, Coming Out of the Closet Again. I left the travel industry in September 2017 and the beautiful settings of Italy, where I worked and chose to live with my mom and Paul in Canada and learn more about the Colomares and my spiritual side. I was turning 34, which is a significant number that symbolized the next step in my life. In the Colomare system, Bottle 34's message signifies that the difficulties are ending. It's a fresh start and birthing something new and precious. My past was done, a life purely focused on material pursuits, and I could now move on, taking only what I needed into the future and trusting that the universe would find my purpose. The more I explored the spiritual world, the more I realized I would need to come out of the closet again. At this moment, I realized that the reason I was scared as a young boy to reveal my true self was not because I was gay. It was because I was different. Different from all my friends and family. I am a star child. I was learning through my spiritual studies and reading that a new wave of souls is being born into human form to create greater unity and alignment, bringing love and joy into the world. Finding out and coming to terms with the knowledge that I had chosen this life path to be different took a few years of intense study. Since training with the Colomare system, I've learned how to be more conscious of communication and how to analyze and change addictive shadow patterns, especially my ability to self-sabotage. These teachings have also made me more aware of other people's behavior. I get puzzled at how I am sometimes, for example, it was easy to put other people's considerations before my own, and I have questioned why more people don't do what I thought was normal. How could I be that sensitive to others' feelings at such a young age? After researching star children, I found they are naturally open and intuitive, often seeming naive and pure of heart. There are many star traits that I am now able to see in myself. And I would love for you to find your traits as a star child or to pass this on to your other people that are, or children that are possibly star children as well. Thank you for the opportunity to write in this book, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Michael. That's beautiful. You are my star child, of course. Okay, so Michael, I drew number 36, and it is Joanne Narain from Canada. So it's our Joanne, you know Joanne. You're going to post a book to Joanne. So thank you very much for that gift. Okay, our next author is, we're just slightly changing the order. We're going to do Janice, and then we will do Victoria and Lisa last. Janice is from the UK, and she's the author of the Lilac Dragon chapter. So over to you, Janice.
Hello, everyone. And as every other author has said so far, massive thank you, Moira, Amy, and everyone else, all the other authors, and all the beautiful dragon energy here tonight with all our guests. I can feel that. So I'm just going to read a part of the chapter that I wrote on the Lilac Dragon around sort of transformation through grief. My story's in the rest of the chapter, but I just chose this part of it, and it's really about a mask of protection that I always wore after losing my father when I was young. And it was a mask of I'm fine, and toughen up and just get on with it. And it was thanks to Lilac Dragon's courage, really, that made me see that was even going on. so I could drop that mask and open my heart. So the chapter, the part of the chapter I'm reading is Wisdom in the Heart. For many of us, trauma and grief can cause our hearts to close, harden and lock away our feelings. And with this, our masks come up as further protection. In the short term, this can help us cope with the immediacy of the pain and loss. But in the long term, it can be highly detrimental. Your heart cannot truly heal while wearing a mask. When we feel disconnected from our heart's wisdom because of grief, our lives can become extremely challenging. Dragon energies, with their courage, wisdom, knowledge, and strength, among other energies, can play a significant role in helping your grief. You have the dragon energy within you, and when you find it, maybe with the help of color mirror therapists, your grief will transform. I could feel my heart begin to open, and that soft but compelling voice of my truth, soul, and intuition come through, telling me it was safe to feel the vulnerability of letting my mask go and to allow my heart to open. I became brave enough to allow the universe to guide me, leading me to shamanic practices, working with the color mirror bottles, and meditations, all contributed to me feeling so much more in touch with myself. I become more calm, accepting, and more at peace with the world and myself. And if you feel that you've lost that connection with your true self, you feel lost in your grief, that your heart is broken, then I would like to reassure you that you too can find your way back to you. Allow the lilac dragon in you to step forward. With a bit of compassion, courage, and kindness, you will see the all-powerful, beautiful soul that you are beginning to emerge. Let the dragons and their magic into your life to help you heal your heart. Thank you.
Oh, goodness. Janice, thank you so much. And how appropriate that, considering what happened to our authors, our two fellow authors, that we had a chapter about grief in there, and you wrapped right around the two authors in the flow of the book. You know, everything is always, there's always a divine plan somewhere. So thank you so much for being part of the program.
Thank you.
All right, so I drew the number 67. And you were offering a Nurturing Your Loss and Grief with Color and Healing Practices workshop. And we drew 67, and that was Joe Gom, also from the UK. I think we all know Joe. So Joe, you have won a seat on the workshop with Janice. So thank you so much for that.
And Moira, can I just quickly say that's a workshop that I used to run with Lisa Barry. So I'm going to carry that workshop forward and dedicate it to beautiful Lisa every time I do that. So
well done, you.
And if the lady that won can't come on that one, she can come to one in the new year.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we want to move on to the Platinum Dragon chapter, and this was written by Victoria. Now, Victoria was one of the first people I met when I came to Canada, and she came to a workshop, and she's a graphic designer, came to the workshop and said, you know, Moira, I have to help you with your logo, and you have to be like Oprah, and I'm going to make your O stand out. And she said she was going to make me a rainbow O. And to this day, 12 years later, that is still my logo, the O in my name, Moira. That was Victoria. And I just absolutely adored her. I worked with her for 10 years, just over 10 years. She attended a lot of other color mirrors courses as well. And in fact, she was relentless in her pursuit of spiritual wisdom. She never hesitated to say yes to this book. She just loved color, and she loved the dragons. But it was difficult working on a chapter, because every time I edited or you know, did a few alterations to get it to fit into the pages, you know, I just broke down in tears and just really trying to hold it together. I've done a lot of crying, so hopefully I can get on with this. Her sister Yulia asked the family to say a few words, and she put together a short little message here, which I can share with you. Yulia was not able to come and read it herself today. Colors meant a lot to Victoria. Her face would glow when you asked her about colors, either in her artwork or about her color bottles. Every time those color bottles arrived, she would get happy and excited to see the new bottles, just like a kid with a new toy. Every Sunday evening, she would bath in one of the color bottles, followed by color reading and journaling, which gave her the idea of writing a book, or at least a chapter. She started writing this chapter when she was undergoing treatments, and when she got home, she would see her husband Anshul put baby Alicia to sleep, and then jump on her laptop to write her story. She wrote in her notes, and this is a quote, "Ellie means ancient deep roots connected to the earth. I rebelled so that she doesn't have to. I wish her a life of ease, grace, joy, and for her to see elevated consciousness of people around her." Her story is about trusting God, keeping faith regardless of the circumstances, choosing courage over fear, and letting her heart, not her worries, guide her life. I will send a book on behalf of Victoria's family, and I drew the number 55, and it's Carol Engberg from the USA. I'll be in touch, Carol, and arrange to get the book to you on behalf of Victoria and the family. As we were still reeling from the loss of Victoria, it came as quite a shock when we heard that Lisa Barry had an accident and passed away. It was inconceivable that she would not see this book in print. She was a champion for this project. You already heard she got Rachel on board, encouraging other people to join her in becoming an author and celebrating her love for color mirrors and the dragons. We had many conversations about her family, and they are the loves of her life, and the subject of her chapter, and her visits to Canada, and her love of skiing, and of course the magical moment she saw a white diamond dragon in the snow. When I searched for the perfect dragon to feature on the cover of the book, I saw a white, glistening, glowing white dragon, and Amy found the image. And this was long before Lisa told me about her snow white dragon or the event of her passing. The dragon cover was always going to be Lisa's. When I worked on her chapter, Lisa's energy settled around me like tingling stars on my skin. You couldn't miss when she was around. And we all miss Lisa more than words can say. And we are very grateful that she's being presented here by her daughter, Florence. Florence.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, Florence.
Hi there. Thank you for that. That was beautiful. Okay, I will try and get through this. I have written it out because otherwise I don't think I would. And I've decided to leave you all to read her chapter because I don't think I could manage that. But I know she would want to say thank you to everyone who supported her and helped her with her chapter. She was so very excited and honored to be able to be invited to be part of such an amazing book. Okay. When my mum was invited to contribute a chapter to this book, she was so incredibly proud and excited. She spoke about how often spoke about how excited she was to finally let the world see her journey in a deeper way than she had ever had before. Her experiences of motherhood, the challenges that shaped her, and the transformation that came through love, resilience, and her spiritual awakening. She strongly believed that sharing her story would help others feel less alone, and she saw this book as the push she needed to write her own one day. Her chapter tells a deeply personal and emotional story of her awakening, of the car accident that Mum, my two brothers, and I were in, and how the moment changed our lives forever. And from that experience, she began a journey of healing, meaning, and profound transformation. Mum often said, motherhood is the most important thing in my life. She was so excited to shine a light on her journey of motherhood, particularly how it was shaped by the accident and the deep unconditional love she held for us, her children. That desire to share honestly in the hope that her truth might help someone else was so deeply who she was. She wrote in her chapter, I was given a gift that has allowed me to support, guide, and empower other mothers out of the darkness that they're in. This is a huge honor and joy, and it makes me make sense of my experiences and how I'm able to transform through any challenges that emerges in our lives with huge acceptance and positivity. That belief, turning pain into purpose, was at the core of how she lived. Mum was compassionate, intuitive, brave, and deeply spiritual. She believed in transformation and in the soul's journey, even when the path was painful. The mountains were where she felt this most strongly. Being surrounded by snow was her happy place, and in Whistler, Canada, was especially spiritual for her. She was incredibly proud to be chosen as the White Dragon for this book. So much so that she bought her own white little dragon ornament that still sits on her little desk now. One of the most powerful moments she describes is watching Benjamin, my brother, ski an entire run to the bottom of the mountain on his own for the first time since the accident. She wrote, "When Benjamin skied the entire run to the bottom of the mountain for the first time, I saw the joy in his face and the freedom he felt. My heart was whole again." Seeing him find his freedom was another step in my mother's awakening journey and transformation. For any mothers who may be walking through trauma, disconnection, or a loss of hope or faith, her story stands as a reminder of what is possible, even when the way ahead feels impossible to see. Mum later wrote, simply and beautifully, a diamond snow dragon showed me the way. She even kept, a small little snow dragon on her desk, a symbol of guidance, strength, when she felt she needed in those moments. Although she didn't write this quote herself, she loved it deeply, and it feels fitting to share this today. Air connects your body to your spirit. Each breath out releases you from the past and sets you free to soar with your soul. I believe my beautiful mother's soul is now soaring, shining so brightly. Her chapter carries her warmth, her honesty, and her courage, and her belief that even in the hardest moments, there is meaning and growth. While it's bittersweet to celebrate this book here without her physically, I know she would have been incredibly proud to see her story shared and held today. Thank you for honoring her and for allowing her light to continue to reach others.
Oh, Flo, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And thank you. I know you've got other family members here and they're going to watch the video, the recording of this. Just thank you all and bless you all so much. I really hope that her story brings you comfort.
It does. It really does.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to just move on to the program where I'd like to introduce you to our very special guest, Rachel Elnor. Rachel's birthday today, so we can all wave a happy birthday for her and send her lots of energy. There is so much I can tell you about Rachel, but obviously the most famous bit that we know about her is that she was a dragon on the Dragon's Den panelist for the BBC TV's nominated business. BAFTA nominated, called Dragon's Den. We still have those around. She's also an incredible speaker, author, mentor. She's written loads of books and she continues to write. One of the first ones I read was Business Nightmares, but I have to say that Rachel, out of all your books, my favorite is Prosperity. I actually have it here with me. It's always near my desk. It's got Lakshmi on the front and it's got Ganesh on the back. And it is really, really incredible. And of course, true to our relationship, you've got color divisions and color pages in the book. Just love it. So without further ado, I want to hand you over to Rachel Elnor. She wrote the foreword, very, very beautiful foreword. And we're so grateful that she's done this for us. Yeah, you've got the floor, Rachel.
Oh, thank you, Maura. I can't tell you what a wonderful privilege this is. And this is a really beautiful gift on my birthday, actually, to be invited to be the guest and to witness all of these amazing writers and your inner circle. And it's lovely to tap into the whole world of Colour Mirrors and to see you again, because we haven't actually met for several years since you went to Canada. So it's really beautiful. So I just want to congratulate you, Moira, on the book. I was looking, I obviously read the drafts, but this is the first time this week that I'd seen the finished article, and it's just so beautiful. So well done for the design and the layout and the images, and it's just beautifully produced. It's really well done. I really want to say that. So I can see and I can feel all the love that you've poured into this. And so the story that I tell it in the foreword, which there's a little piece which I'd love to add on, which I don't think I've told you, is that, of course, you invited me to write the foreword, and then you sent across all the stuff sort of early September, just as I was about to launch my own Dragon's Guide to Business program. And I kind of tricked myself because I find it very difficult to actually create unless I'm under pressure. So I actually launched this program without actually having done all the content. So I was under a lot of pressure to film all the videos. And so I had all of these chapters. I've got to focus on my own thing. So they kind of sat there, and then you're kind of nudging me. And eventually, about a month later, 6 weeks later or something, you were chasing me, and I thought, I have to take a day out and focus on it. And of course, these dragons were waiting to guide me, and they'd just been sitting there. And it was just, when I finally got to actually focus on it and read them, it was such an inspiration. And I realized that they'd been sent to help me to create my own dragon product. And so when I got to, there's a video, I think it's probably the video, probably 26 or 27, quite close to the end, where I pay tribute to you and your dragons. But the piece of the story, which I haven't told you, is that after I'd written the foreword and I'd recorded that video, part of the program is creating a golden vision board. And it sits in my west, which in feng shui is the west is the future. So I had this golden vision board with all these images of things that I wanted to manifest. And in a dream that night, a red dragon came. A red dragon came in my dream, and it was breathing fire, and it proceeded to incinerate my golden vision board. And I'm shouting at this dragon, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I should have said, now I've heard Irene, I should have said, "Oi, Roy, what do you think you're doing?" And I was so angry. And obviously it was red dragon energy, this anger energy. And there's my vision board in ashes. But then suddenly this dragon manifested this new golden vision board. I'm going to get emotional, but it was like as if it was in the future, and all the pictures were images of things that had actually manifested in real life. They weren't just taken from the internet or cut out of a magazine. And it was such a beautiful dream that this dragon had come to actually almost to show me, like, it's not just a vision board. This is the future, and I'm going to help you create it. So I just wanted to mention that. And so it's great to hear from Irene and the red dragon, and also to pay tribute to, I think it was Lucy and the Naga dragon. Lucy?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'd actually chosen a Naga dragon as the cover, as the kind of image for the Dragon's Guide to Business, without realizing the symbolism. So when the Naga dragon showed up in the book, I was just like, oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, these dragon energies are so powerful. And I just really want to pay tribute and congratulate you for bringing the magic, and to everyone who's written the chapters for bringing the magic of the dragons together. And one of the things I did as well, I actually got your oracle cards, your Color Mirrors oracle cards, and I took all the dragons out and I placed them all around the house in their feng shui locations. So like the red ones in the fame sector of the south, and the green ones in the wood sector, and the gold is in the west. So they're all around the house now. So they're reminding me to tap into and work with the dragon energy. It's not just a kind of abstract concept. These are real entities that are available, but we just have to open to them. So one of the things I say in the forward, just to complete here, because I know that we're running late, is everyone watching, please do pay it forward. And I'm recommending that everyone who's watching this, buy 12 of these books, invest in 12 of these books, so that you can pay it forward and leave them in all sorts of places like doctor's surgeries and your hairdressers, so that those who need these messages of transformational wisdom, who are in the dark and need to be led back to the light, can pick up this book. And as Moira says in her introduction, books are the way to reach people that maybe can't be reached any other ways. So what a wonderful gift, and well done once again, Moira. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this. I feel so honored, and I really congratulate you and everyone who's been involved in this, and also to Melissy as well, the Divine Mother, for creating the Whole Color Mirrors tribe, which is now worldwide. It's an amazing group of incredible, spiritually aware, conscious people. I won't say women, because there are lots of men there too. Yeah, so it's beautiful. So thank you so much. Sending you so much love from here in Devon, Devon, which I always think is like heaven, by the sea in England. So lots of love to everyone, and to you there in Toronto, Moira, and everyone worldwide.
Thank you so much for adding your dragon wisdom and vast knowledge and spiritual light to this project. Everybody who touches this book, it expands it, and you are absolutely a very special star in this book to us. Thank you so much, Rachel. Love you, miss you. Hopefully I can come to England and pop in and come and see you in your heaven, Devon. I love Devon. It's beautiful there. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, we're coming to a conclusion now. I really just wanted to very briefly say thank you so much for doing such a stellar job editing these chapters. Because I know what raw form they arrive in, and higgledy-piggledy, and you somehow, like pieces of a puzzle, put the thing together, and you do a stellar job. And also guiding and getting the stuff that they're not saying. You have a knack of pulling out what they're not saying. And I want to say that I just so deeply appreciate you working. You did it for the Pearl book. You've done it for the Dragon book. I hope you're going to hang around for the Angel book.
Thank you. I've listened to the authors, and Moira asked me to just have a few seconds in here, and I made a point of not looking at the chapters that you did, because I'm an empath, and it would have been too much for me at this point in my life. But what I do want to tell you is, after listening to you today, every single one of you said something that I have in my little 3-second speech. Every single one of you. I was almost in tears, and the stories were coming back to me, and I'm going, I remember it, but I don't remember it, because that's the way I write. I dive right into your essence, and, but I must commend you all really for the time, the energy, and the love you've put into your stories. You wrote of grief, loss, possibilities, hope, growth, illness, and despair. But most of all, you wrote about transformation in your lives and in the lives of others. I've been very honored to have helped bring Victoria and Lisa's story to the pages of the 12 Dragons. So I congratulate you all on having the courage to share your stories with the world. And they are remarkable, remarkable stories of transformation. And I'm going to go back and read it. I'm going to purchase the book, pull out my box of Kleenex, hold my heart, and go, I am so blessed to have been part of this. Congratulations, authors. Moira, thank you. Amy, thank you.
Thank you, my darling. Oh, you're just amazing. We love you dearly, girl. All right, so we're going to conclude with Amy, and she's going to just tell you a little bit about her job, not just as an author, but as the designer and the one who everything together and put it on Amazon for us. And she's going to then also show you the next book, after which we're going to raise a glass and toast everybody. And after that, we're going to hear from the audience. Thank you. Amy, over to you, girl.
Okay. Oh boy, I can't believe this day's here and we're almost done. And it's just lovely, lovely, lovely to hear the words coming from the mouths of the ladies and gentlemen who wrote this the chapters. So, I mean, I've worked very closely with this system, like intimately, quite frankly. I've designed dragons, I've designed pearls, I've redone every bottle in this system. So all the bottles that everyone uses for presentations and on social media, that was yours truly, putting them all together and meticulously matching the colors with Moira, who has an eye much better than mine. So spending my days and nights staring at these bottles, translating color into images, listening to people's stories, their breakthroughs, their tears, their life cycles, like it really changed me. And when I designed the Pearls of Wisdom book, it flowed. It was so lovely, so beautiful, so peaceful, so like serene. And then these dragons came and oh my gosh, you'd think dragons would light a fire instantly, but that was not my experience. Like a lot of the authors I heard, they were like, oh, I just couldn't get into it. I procrastinated, I stalled, like I reorganized files I didn't even need to reorganize just so I didn't have to look at this book. And I think it's kind of interesting, especially if you know about dragons, because they're supposed to light the fire. They're the ones who are supposed to give you the passion to do something. But it didn't really come until I created the pink dragon image of me, that's sort of AI, Photoshop, Amy, all in one, the image. And then I was activated and the whole thing just came together after that. So but it needed to be born, it wanted to be born, and I guess I just needed to create that image to get it going. What I love most about these publications is that it gives all of us Color Mirrors practitioners a platform to speak and to share our stories and to honor, you know, the color isn't just crayons. It's got energy behind it. It's got stories behind it. And it's really amazing just having these energetic containers that I get the honor of designing. So thank you so much.
And we have the new book that you're going to work on as well, the third one in the series, and it is called
Yep, here we go.
13 Angels of Wisdom. And it'll be the final book in the series. It's a trilogy. And the numbers work out really well. Originally, I wanted 11, 11, 11, you know, 11 dragons, 11 pearls, 11 angels, and it just wasn't going that way. The numbers turned out this way. And what's interesting is, for anybody who knows Color Mirrors, the system is made up of numbered 1 to 36 and G1 to G36. When you add 11, 12, and 13 up, it makes 36. So it just felt completely appropriate to have made it 11, 12, and 13. So we are open for anybody who would like to be a part of the 13 Angel book. I think, Amy, I said we had about 6 people already have expressed interest in being an author. So yeah, and there's the cover, and the cover came spontaneously. It just, boof, it was there. That is going to be the actual cover of the book. And Amy, thank you for organizing that. All right. I think Lisa raised her hand. She wanted to ask something. Is it before we...
Are you drawing a prize for Lisa Berry for the book?
Yes, I did. I may have forgotten to announce it because I got a little emotional there.
I know, we all did.
Yes, I did. It was number 17, and it's Valerie Finesh in Malta. So Valerie, I'll get in contact with you and post you a copy of the book. Oh, thank you for that, Lisa. You're very kind to keep an eye on me there. It just, I got between Victoria and Lisa.
Hey, you know, I'm always a pain in your ass.
Oh, you're not. You saved my butt. All right. If you have a glass or a mug that you would like to raise a glass to the authors and to this book, And bless the dragons, bless everybody involved in this book. Thank you so much once again. Cheers, my darlings, and well done. You did it. You are authors, not just authors, you are dragon authors. Cheers. Thank you, Angel. So Amy's going to open up the chat box, and we're going to spend a few minutes just making sure that we can see all of the people that are hung out with us. There will be a recording. You can definitely watch the recording and catch up later. But if anybody would like to say something, please raise a hand. And this is an opportunity for audience to ask you questions.
Moira, I just wanted to say something really quick. So dragons are huge energy, and I don't know if you all are feeling it. I'm buzzing. So when you go out in the world, just make sure you're grounded and take advantage of the intense energy of the dragons today. If you have some big to-do lists, tap into it. So anyways, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks. Lisa, our very grounded black dragon, looking out for all the rest of the tribe. That's very typical. All right. Does anybody want to say something or ask a question? We're going to have a wall of silence here. Come on, guys. You're very welcome to say well done or ask a question about the book. Has anybody got a copy of the book? And can you tell us what the book feels like? Jackie Ferguson has raised a hand, and then next will be Christine.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say congratulations. It sounds like you've had an amazing journey doing this writing, and I so look forward to buying many copies of the book and sharing them with people I know, and maybe leaving them in some random spots as well. So congratulations, everyone.
Oh, thank you so much, Jackie.
You're welcome, and happy holidays.
Thank you, you too. Christina Clark.
Hi, Moira. It's Gloria. Yeah.
Gloria. Oh, hi.
I got my sister's computer because I'm in the hospital.
Oh, goodness.
So the dragons helped me through surgery. And that was really interesting. And I've called them in quite a bit to help clear my energy and keep me clear in here because I'm in for a few weeks. I've been here over a week now.
Aww.
And I'm just not doing so good. I'm waiting for a blood transfusion, but that's okay. I'm going to make it through this. And I just want to know if I can share some dragon light codes with you.
Yes.
Thank you. I channel dragon energy. I work with the dragons for the last few years. So they've given me a blessing, they told me, to bring through for everybody. So here we go. Just a breath with everybody. Breathe in. Some of you aren't breathing. They're saying, breathe. Okay, thank you. Thank you, dragons, for coming forward today to bring this energy. Sarturi tiro, koksayoti, retiro totsawakai, rotiro tira taisaktai, oktairo tu suktaiti, recto, sawa. Thank you.
Thank you, my darling. And how typical of you, hey? You need the healing and then you give it to us.
Yes, for sure. I'll be sending all the dragons in.
Oh, thank you. Catherine Jujak, you've got your hand up. Hi, darling.
Hi. Whoops. I hit something. I don't know if you can still, oh, there we are. I just want to say thank you to everybody. A lot of people that know me, I've been going through 9 years of hell, and just hearing this today it's really struck a chord with me. So thank you to all of you. And wonderful Nova Scotia, we don't get things here overnight, so my book should be here by Tuesday. But I really look forward to reading everybody's chapter, and I've always been a dragon person. I've been seeing dragons ever since I was a child and never really talked about it because when you're little, you're weird, and when you get bigger, you're even weirder. But so thank you to everybody. And I really look forward to, there was a couple there that really resonated hugely in a linear fashion. So this book is going to be huge for a lot of people. It's going to be very huge. So once I finish reading it, I will be gifting my copy to one of the ladies here in the area who's going through a very difficult time, and slowly getting people on board here. It's a journey, but thank you to everybody, and thank you to all the authors, and I just can't wait to read your stories.
Thank you, Catherine, and thank you for then passing it on. That's exactly what we want to happen with the book. Thank you. Thank you. Fiona. Fiona was an author in the Pearl book. She had the Blue Pearl. Hi, Fiona.
Hi, Maura. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, darling.
Yeah. So here we go. I was in the first book, The 11 Pearls of Wisdom, and I was a bit like Elaine. It was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to write about, but I just have to do this. So I just wanted to hop in and just emphasize all this lovely journey of, you know, your first writing in your first book. It's a really exciting adventure. You know, yes, it can be difficult. Yes, it can be challenging and that kind of thing. But I just wanted to say, having gone through the first experience, and then I took part in a couple of other books, which that's the Energy Healers Oracle and the Intuition Oracle, which are also collaborative books. But it was because, Moira, thank you so much, and Deborah, just giving the courage to come out and start writing. So anybody else who wants to come into the third book in the Angels, it's a fabulous process, and it can open you to new things, you know, new opportunities, more writing, and so it flows on. So thank you again. It was such a lovely experience, and it's been great to be here with Dragons. I'm looking forward to getting my copy of the book next week so I can read all your lovely stories. It's gorgeous. Thank you.
I know. And you know what? They look so beautiful together. They really just look so pretty. It's like a sister and brother kind of coming together. Just love it. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. If there's nobody else, were there anything in the chat box, Amy, that you wanted to highlight?
Just 1 second.
Okay, I'm also
What
just
are we doing?
A lot of congratulations that have come in there.
Well done, all the authors, and thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm honored to be having Lisa's memory reaching out to me through, though we never met, but I'm here all thanks to Janice. That's Valerie. Congratulations, authors from Regina. Oh, Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Well done, everyone, and thank you for sharing today. Lisa Cavender, well done, everyone. Andrea, congratulations, everyone, for creating this wonderful book and energy of love. Nev, congratulations to all the authors and for the creation of this book. I got a copy and the energy was very powerful. I look forward to reading each chapter, but you've all got my tears flowing. I know. I didn't see that. Well, I knew the tears were going to come. I just was a little shocked because I've read Jen's little thing about 18 times and no tears before until I read it today, and then I'm a disaster in front of everybody. Oh my gosh. Wishing you well. Emily, from Emily, congrats to all, Moira and all of the authors. Love you all, and such an amazing memoir for Jennifer, Lisa, and Victoria. Thank you all for sharing your journey for the benefit of all. It takes courage to put your stories out there, and thank you. Can't wait to read it. That's Philippa.
And then Joe Barry, Lisa's brother, says, thank you from Simon, Lisa, Barry's sister, and Joe for honoring Lisa's memory. Congratulations to Floss. What a moment. So proud. Thank you. Yeah, we really appreciated the families being here as well and sending in messages. And I can see Jennifer's boys there too. Oh my goodness me. We have one more hand up and then we'll probably be concluding. David.
Hi, beautiful
Hi.
people. Thank you so much. What an awesome time here on Zoom, and shares and so much heart and love And Moira, I've heard so many amazing things about you from Lisa Charmaine for years, and to get a sense of you here, awesome. And just, wow. That's what I want to say to all of you. Wow. Amazing. Keep it up. And all the authors that are in the light, I felt them all here. And Amy, I loved your share about art and creativity because I'm an artist too. So just thank you all so much. And Elaine, your smile and face reminds me of one of my sisters. Wow, you smile like a movie star. And Michael, thank you. Thank you all so much for putting so much of your hearts into this. Cheers.
Absolutely. Oh, David, thank you so much. What a wonderful way to end our special launch. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I don't have enough words to say thank you, so I just feel it. Thank you again, Amy and Deborah. Thank you to all the authors. I love you all. You're amazing. And I look forward to repeating this and working on the 13 Angels book. It's lovely that we can look to the past with the pearls, the present with the dragon, and the future enticement of the angel book. Thank you so much.
Moira, can I just say one quick thing? We've thanked the authors. We thank you. We thanked Amy, Deborah, and everyone. But I just want to thank the family and friends who supported us in this process. A bunch of them have shown up on the Zoom for me and for the others. So I just want to give a shout out to all of them as well.
Oh, yes, absolutely. All the family and friends. Rightio, thank you very much for being here. We love you all. Thank you for supporting our authors and launch, and we will see you in 2 years' time with the Angel book. Cheers for now. Bye.